The next day, you just find your baby in the bedroom, bathing for himself or herself. Are you going to be comfortable with that? Or you just meet your baby in the kitchen, cooking, trying to serve food? How comfortable will you be with that? It will look somehow, right? So, also with every dream that we have in our mind, there are things that happens little by little progress. Say that little drops of water makes what? The mighty ocean. So I want us to have that at the back of our minds, that there is nothing we want to achieve that we cannot achieve, but we just need to start from somewhere. I didn't write a note to come and have this discussion because I knew that I'm not going to be taking so much of our time. So I just put a few points together that I can use to encourage us. Now, when you start, there will always be challenges. There will always what? Be challenges. One of the reasons why examinations are written is to test how much we can withstand the pressure and some of the knowledge which we have acquired over time for us to now be promoted. Because without examination, there cannot be what? Promotion most of the time while we're in school. So challenges are part of the examinations of life that we need to be able to weather those storms for us to what? To be promoted. So challenges will come in different phases. It will come in different forms. In fact, sometimes the people that you so much rely on will be the one that will challenge you. I always say this thing, that at every time when you are to move to the new level, a new devil must show up. It is a normal thing. New level, new what?
New devil.
New devil. So it doesn't mean that you will not move. Sometimes it can even be your friend that you will think that this person that I so much rely upon, why is it doing this? Why is it? It's so that you can think of a way out. And at every time there is a challenge, it gives you the opportunity to look out for other things that you don't even know that you can do. So at the end of the day, you now recreate some other opportunities, strategize, and come up and leverage on those things for you to be able to now come out and do much better than you used to do. Because at the end of every examination, when you get promoted, it is a new what? Level. So challenges is what? Is part of life. And then we must also realize that every great leaders in history that we have all known have had challenges at one time or the other. They were challenged. And one of the reasons why we are talking about them today is because of the exploits they were able to pull through despite those challenges. So tell your neighbor, challenges is part of the process. Okay, so now, every time you are challenged, what are you supposed to do? Is to inspire yourself. Sometimes you are waiting for others to come and motivate you, to come and inspire you, but it might not really happen. But the first person that should motivate or inspire himself is yourself. Is to tell yourself that no matter what is happening, I can what? I can do it. Some years ago, thank God AY2 was with me that year. When I was just starting up as a businessman. So some set of people always give their vehicles to me for Uber those years. So I was gathering, and then I had a lot of vehicles on the fleet. I can't remember how many, but maybe like 20 or more on the fleet that time. And a particular person gave me a car, and the same person arranged and stole the same car he gave me. I now went to the Nigerian police force to report the matter, and I got there, and I was winning at first, and then I went back again, and the Nigerian police force now told me again that I'm now the one guilty and they were going to lock me up. So that's a big challenge. So I came back and I started looking at that model that, okay, look at this model. What did I do wrong? What have I not done well? And then I discovered that, number one, I do not have enough legal knowledge, no legal contracts, no, you don't understand, all those things that I was not doing well. So I knew that it was time for me to now have people that I can speak to that are lawyers part-time. And you know, you are going to the Nigerian police force and you just walk in there all by yourself, and they are just waiting for you to catch you. You that you are the one that reported the matter now became the accused. So those are some of the things that I discovered along the way. So rather than killing that business, what I did was I re-strategized. So you must first inspire yourself that you can do what? You can do it. No matter what you are doing right now, no matter the challenge, you just know that there is a better way of doing those things. That is why those challenges are coming. So you must reinvent and re-strategize, coming up with better ways to be able to overcome those challenges. So tell your neighbor, inspire yourself.
Inspire yourself.
If your neighbor is not speaking, tell him, say inspire yourself.
Inspire yourself.
Yeah. And finally, is knowing that you are not just an ordinary person. God has positioned you somewhere so that you can also affect the destiny of others. God has positioned you so that you can also what? Affect the destiny of others. Because there are some people that are looking up to you and they are waiting for you to rise, for them to be able to also what? Rise. One of the things that I learned over the years is for you to really be able to become big, you must not only just have big dreams, but also put the dreams of others alongside with your own, which means that you are considering others while building your dream. Thank God for Pertinence family that taught us about building others and carrying others alongside while trying to pursue your own dream. Which means that if you are always thinking only about yourself, God will give you the amount of resources that can serve for only yourself. But the day you start thinking about affecting 20 people, then the resources of 20 people will start coming to your hands. The day you start thinking about 100 people, the resources that will serve 100 people will start coming to your hands. The day you start thinking about 1,000 people, and so on and so forth, which puts you in the position of leadership. So you must always see yourself as a leader, that you have been assigned to lead some others. Today you might look at yourself like, I'm small, I'm just coming up, but even this position you have today now is what some people back there are still looking up to and praying to be there someday. Because someone's position is on people's prayer point. That's why some people will tell you that I want to be like you when they grow up. And sometimes I look at myself and say, you want to be like me when you grow up? Hear me self. Do I trust how I look? But the reality is, that's their prayer. They are praying that someday they can also what? Be able to do some of the things you have done. Think about 2 days ago. Should be 2 days ago. So we were at Ikeja, and I was supposed to attend about 3 events the same day, 3 different what do we call it? Ceremonies and awards. So, but I was only able to attend 2. So on my way home, while I was having discussions with my guys that we went together, and they were like, that man, 3 things the same day. In fact, someday, let me also start from somewhere and just be like Mr. Dia was like, you want to be like me? So I started thinking that means that I'm not also small like I used to think again. So it's something that happens over time. But I remember when I started, it wasn't like that. I was just praying to be able to pay the salary of 2 staff. 2 what? 2 staff. I remember those days when the end of the month is coming. I'm always sweating profusely, thinking, how will I pay this salary at the end of this month? Thank God AY is there. He was one of the persons that we started together. But right now, I don't even think about salaries again. I don't even know when the month ended or when the month is starting. It's not my concern. And I used to be the CEO of the brand, but I left the position since last year. And one of the persons we have built, and I said, okay, I don't want to run as CEO of the brand again. Yeah, you take over. So I'm not thinking about that again. It's now his own headache to be thinking about the business and how to meet targets, because now I'm focusing on other things. So we started by just following, and then we started leading. And then the leadership position gives you the opportunity to now give birth to other leaders. So that is why I said some other person's destiny are attached to your destiny. So therefore, you can't afford not to do well, because it will affect their own life too. So one of the things that I will just use to end this conversation, or as I end, I would just like to say that together we can all turn whether our challenges or our current position into something good. But it comes with the power of our mind. It comes with the power of what? Of our mind. Of what is in your mind. What are you always thinking about yourself? How do you always see yourself? Do you see yourself as a small boy? Even if you see yourself as a small boy to get there, but are you seeing yourself as someone who will be at that height, at that position tomorrow? So change your mind, start setting big goals. Don't set small goals, because small goals will only limit you, but bigger goals will always propel you to do more. And I know that we'll always see ourselves in high places. So tell your neighbor that I'll see you in high places.
I will see you in high places.
So that's like the summary of my discussion with us. I don't know if you have 1 or 2 questions. I can take like 1 or 2 questions before I leave. Thank you. So let's have questions very quickly.
Okay, it's done. Question.
Yeah, questions. Yeah, if you have questions, let me. Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. Dr. Bula.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, in your words, you spoke about changing your mind and setting goals. Sometimes, I don't know if the mind is already changed, but sometimes your mind, you speak to yourself, you speak to your mind, and you set those goals, but sometimes you're just overwhelmed on how to start. You see people that are in that position that have moved higher, but you are just so overwhelmed that how do I start? Is there possibility about what I'm about to do? So how do you restructure that mind, as much as you are changing it, but you are just too overwhelmed? So how do you put that mind in check to just start?
Okay.
That's what you're about to do.
Okay. So for every 1 billion goal, there is like 100 naira version of it. Yeah. So the goal that you have, that I want to start, I want to do something big that will cost me 1 billion. There is always 100 naira version of it. So as much as your mind is on the 1 billion goal, you are not taking it. You are not taking your mind off it. But start with the 100 naira version of it. You want to start selling human hair, and you don't have money to. I saw your hair, that is beautiful. That's why I said I can see a lot of it. One of these days, after having a conversation like this in church. So one of the women approached me and she was like, oh, she used to have a salon and then she's no longer in Abuja, she's now in Lagos, and most of her capital is not available right now. And she wants to start selling human hair, and she's thinking, how can she start? So I told her that look for a store where they are selling human hair. Don't use your money to buy the hair. Just open a social media account and start telling her, send me all the hair you have. Post it on your own. If she's selling it 1.5, sell your own 1.6, that's 100 naira. Start from there. That's how you start gaining clients. When we started selling cars, because I am in the automobile industry, I did not own a car. Like, apart from the one that I drive personally. But what I do was, I have a lot of car lots in Lagos that their owners became my friends. So I will walk up to them and tell them that how much is this car, take the picture, do the video, upload online. So the person buying car from me does not know whether I'm the owner. You want a car, don't worry, I'll bring the car and I will tell the car lot owner, give me the car, I'll take it to you. If you like it, you pay, and I pay the owner. That's how we started. But today, we have cars at car lots across. In fact, we don't even own a car lot now. We just ship the vehicles into the country and give them to other car lot owners to sell. So that's how dreams can be. So the bigger dream was, we want this, but we started with this. And the bigger one is still coming. Maybe car manufacturing, all those things. But when we get there, we'll all see it together. Yeah. So are we good?
Thanks
Okay.
so much, sir. I have a
Yeah.
question. So what if, as a business person, you have intention of diversifying, you want to diversify, you want to do so many things together because they are your dreams, and everything now seems overwhelming. You want to do this, you want to do that, and you have passion. How do you strike a balance? How do you balance it? You want to do this, you want to do that.
You want to do so many things. Okay, so diversifying is not a problem. But the problem is, don't start everything at once. You can start one first, focus on it, gain some grants before moving to other parts. You get, for example, you are selling hair and you want to start selling bread. I don't know your meaning of diversifying. You want to start selling bread at the same time. I think you can open the hair shop and you see that, okay, there is some level of stability in the business before moving to producing and selling bread, so that you won't be too overwhelmed by the challenges in one area, because every business have challenges. Even the bigger you grow in business, the bigger the challenges you will face. So I will advise that you start with maybe one and then build it. When it's time for you to diversify, you will even know that, yeah, now I can do other things.
Thank you.
So any other one? Am I good? Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you again some other time.
Thank you so much, sir. So we have a gift for you from Mrs. Ayola, CEO of Zen Accessories. Please come take a picture with him. I want you to present the gift to him, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so
If anybody wants to take a picture with him downstairs, you can follow us. We can take a picture downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
So we also have